If you're into accountability, it's been a pretty solid weekish plus. Going back to about 10 days ago, Workday lost in court as they are being sued for discriminatory hiring practices involving their AI tools. Now, nobody won, but what the court said is that these can all proceed, which is absolutely fantastic. Workday is a terrible HRIS. Certainly on the applicant side, if you've ever submitted a resume through them, you end up having to re-enter pretty much everything because it's terrible at parsing. And this was before it implemented AI. It also Workday was one of the platforms that replaced a lot of its workers with AI, which is completely hypocritical when you consider that they actually are a hiring platform. But nonetheless, lawsuits can proceed, and it was certainly targeting people over the age of 40 plus. Moving on. Sora is no longer going to be a thing within OpenAI's interface. And Disney backed out of $1 billion deal to use Sora as well. So another hit towards the AI giant, which again, absolutely fantastic to see terrible people have terrible things happening to them. But last but not least, Google and Meta lost in court. They were found liable for a social media addiction case, which is gaining a lot of traction among people, comparing it to big tobacco losing in court all those years ago, citing the harms that it is doing to people, society as a whole. Now, the judgment that was made against them, $3 million, is a drop in the bucket, is a tax write-off. But again, we are pro accountability here, and it is absolutely great to see giants in their industries get held to account for the damage that they are doing to the common population. What we are going to have to see, though, if we want to keep this train going, is the next candidate that runs on the Democratic side is going to have to promise that this is going to be the new norm. They are going to have to run exclusively on a platform of accountability to make sure that this continues to happen so that we get these guardrails back in place and we stop getting raked through the coals as a society by people who honestly do not care about us. They are cared solely about their bottom line because that is exactly what unchecked capitalism allows. So 3 wins, 3 things that we can celebrate. Can't save the world, but doing my best to not make it a worse place by sharing great things like this. Stay safe, stay sane, get you in the next one.